Hey, welcome everybody. Welcome to the show. So, every now and then, I find myself listening to the news and also trying to figure out what we can do to help each other come out of this problem. But there's one problem, and there's always one problem that often pisses some of us really, it makes us angry. Now, I don't know if this guy has actually read the history of Africa, whether he's actually not actually read the history of Africa, because most of the history of some countries in Africa is totally biased. It's wrong. You have to dig further to understand the history of Africa. So some of us have done a little bit of digging to try and figure out why are we oppressed? What is wrong with Africans? What makes black people become a target of everybody to play with? Okay? So they've been playing with us for a long time. And sometimes we come to understand that it's our own doing. But then we realize that some of us are actually either too what's a simple word to say? Whether either too ignorant or just too proud and just want to show off that they can really speak. And they've gone to university to speak. So I want you to listen to this guy and tell me whether he's well adjusted with his own culture. Mean a culture. When I say culture, I'm not actually meaning that this guy is from either South Africa, he's from Uganda, he's from Kenya, he's from Nigeria. No, 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 no. I'm not saying that. What I'm trying to say is whether he actually understands his ancestors, let me say. Because people like this don't really understand. We've been a target for almost, let's say, 600 years. If we follow a model like what he's saying, I think some of us wouldn't be born. Or let me say, some of us wouldn't be here. Even himself, he would not be there speaking. But someone in his family did something right. And that's why he stands there and speaks that. It drove me to a point, I listen to news, like I said. I listen to news, but then, you want to say something, but something really, you don't know how to articulate what you want to say. Because some people say things and you think, oh, maybe he just. But this one really caught my attention because Africans have been struggling with malaria, tuberculosis. All these diseases are in Africa, but some of them are not in the Western world. Like right now, I haven't seen anyone here in Australia. I haven't seen anyone suffering from malaria, not even one. And yet our countries in Africa, we are so. It's like the hub of malaria. So we are diseases are killing us. This guy is also introducing another way of trying to get rid of us, which is really. This is what pissed me off. So I want to play the clip. If you haven't seen it, listen to the clip and let me just know what you say in the comments below.
Mr. President, my name is Ben Mark Bruce, representing Bayelsa East. Senator Tazi, this is a very, very important motion, probably one of the most important motions ever read on the floor of the Senate. It is important because we're at a position where the hunted are now killing the hunters, and the hungry are now killing the well-fed, and the poor are now killing the rich. And this is what we've been talking about for a long time. We're a nation of 200 million, maybe. I don't think Nigerians even know the true population of Nigeria. We're not paying attention to the most important part of Nigeria. And let me explain. For our people to be unemployed, to be employed, the economy has to grow at 15% for about 30 years to employ every Nigerian living today. Our reaction to employ them in government is counterproductive. It does two things. One, it increases the budget, which means there's less money for social intervention. Successive governments in Nigeria have run away from the fundamental issues affecting Nigeria. One, What are population control policies? Does anybody care how many children we have? Does anybody care how many children we ought to have? How many children make up an economy that is truly functional? Nobody cares. So we all talk about the issue, but we avoid what is truly important: population control policies. Now, we don't have to be as draconian as China, where they have a one-child policy, but a one-child policy in China helps stabilize the Chinese economy, and they can grow at 7, 8, 9%. Muslims and Christians will criticize me for my position, but unless this government and all governments have a population control policy, one, we cannot solve the problem. Two, we must spend more money on education. Right now, we have a choice. We either buy books or we buy bombs. We either buy books or we buy bullets. We are buying more bullets, 4 times more bullets than we are buying books. If we don't educate our people, we have to kill them. If you don't kill them, they'll kill you. So you have a choice: educate them or get killed or kill them. A policy of having a great military, great police force, policing the rich with barbed wire, fence house, and bulletproof cars is not the solution to grow the Nigerian economy. To grow the economy and to provide jobs, we must have fewer people. When I was in university, my professor asked us a question. He said, "Are the Jews the chosen people?" Everybody in the class, I was 18 years old, was quiet. He said, "Are the Jews the chosen people?" And he said, let us analyze that question. They said the average Jewish family has 1.5 children per family. The average education of a Jew is maybe a master's degree. But what do we have? What is the average education of a Nigerian? So because they have fewer people, they focus on technology, they grow the economy. With fewer people, they have an advanced economy in an environment that is not so conducive for great development. But we think having babies is equivalent to wealth, is equivalent to success, is equivalent to development, is counterproductive. We analyzed that situation. And here we are today. We are making babies, we're not educating our children, we're not giving them jobs, they have no future. Because they have no future, they carry a gun, they carry a knife, they point it at you, they take you out. Because they see you with a beautiful car, and they're on the street. So the road between Kaduna and Kanu is as dangerous as any road in the country. And let me tell you this, the population problem you have in the north is in the whole country. When I went to Bielsa, 10, 15 children with no clothes on in every hut. So don't think the population problem is a northern problem. It is a Nigerian problem. 200 million people with no jobs, 20 million kids out of school cannot solve our problem. We are faced with a revolution that is here. Don't talk about the revolution coming. The revolution is here. As you go home today, you will get a phone call. Somebody's been killed, somebody's been dead, somebody's been raped, somebody has been maimed, because that is the reality of life. Whether you like it or you don't like it, we have to deal with a population control policy. Muslims and Christians and atheists and whatever you call yourself, do not run away from the subject. I know President Babangida was the only president in the history of Nigeria who tried to deal with this issue by saying, yeah, you should have 4 children per family. You can have 10, 20, 30, that is fine. But as long as you have 20 children, 50 children, be ready to educate them, give them a job, give them hope. If you don't, we have no choice. And one of you, or all of us, will be faced with a firing squad very soon. Thank you very much.
Okay. I don't know if you've listened to him and you saw how people who are talking about something. Okay, I don't know how you can justify that he talked of President Babangida, never heard of him, but he said that he had a solution. And the solution is, if you had these many kids and you couldn't educate them, they either kill them or kill you, the parent, or something like that. So why he's comparing China and he's becoming worse than what China might be doing, because I don't really know much about that. But his ideas are they're conniving. These are guys who have, I don't know whether they use psychology to play with people's mind. But to me, this is where we have fallen astray as black people. We elect people who are very smart, which is good, but I think some people are just too smart for their own good or for the good of the poor. So he's scared that so you rather kill somebody because you're scared they might kill you because you're driving a car. Look at our thinking. This is the thinking of idiotic people. You're scared because you're driving a car, so you rather take out some people because you're scared because of the car you're driving, saying that the rich will be killed by the poor. And right now, they rather educate, if not educate, but the education reaches to what point? Yet people like you are the people who are disorganizing the whole system as it happens. If you're talking about educating, start from the ground down. Like, start from the bottom point. If you're educating, are you educating them to what? Because to me, the way I see the solution for population, we've created this. Look at Africa. Africa can feed the entire world. Like, the whole world can be fed by Africa. But look at our narrow thinking, that we are too populated. Has this guy moved around Africa, around the world to see? His suggestion is we are too many, we need population control. I have a problem with that. I'm not a Christian, I'm not of any religion. But what I want to say is, whatever put us on this earth, or whoever put us here, I think had a brain, or had a mind to know that this earth can contain these people. But people like him are people who are greedy. To me, that sounds like greediness. His ideas and how he jumps around is what you need to listen. I don't know if I marked it here. Just give me a sec. Let's just try and analyze this guy.
But we avoid what is truly important: population control policies.
Who have you had on earth talking about population control? It's a guy called Bill Gates. Bill Gates has been pushing for population control, introducing everything for. He says we are too populated. I don't know whether we're too populated in his house. Okay, when you look at nature, Bill Gates is new. He was created here. He was not part of the creation that created this. But they have an idea that they can control what energy has put here. So this guy assumes that he needs population control, which is reduce as many Nigerians as you can. Seriously. And he's still in parliament. People like this need to be examined, whether they have some thinking. Anyway, let's listen to him.
Now, we don't have to be as draconian as China, where they have a one-child policy, but a one-child policy in China helps stabilize the Chinese economy.
The one-child policy in China helped stabilize China. Okay, sounds like a good idea. Okay, who has been to China to see how their policies work? It's very hard. We all just read the news and they tell us China is this, China is that, and that. But no one really knows, I think, an idea of how they did their systems. Look at China. They have got different cities that can also be provinces and also can be states. In Africa, we are very disorganized. If you look at the map of Africa, we are very, very disorganized. I'm sorry to say this, but I think I come from that land, so I have a little bit of a right to say we are greedy. We have so many countries, okay? There's so many countries, and some of them are very tiny, and yet some of them are very small to the point that they can't even feed their own people. Yet we are proud. Some of us, I'm really going to be very blunt here. We love power. Some black people love power. They feel, if I'm the president of this country, I don't want another country. I want to be better than that other country. But remember,